Welcome back to the channel.
Great to be diving into this topic today.
Yeah, let's face it, as the years go by, those little everyday movements, they can sometimes feel like they need a bit more effort, right?
Absolutely. Bending down, standing up.
Even just a short walk might not feel quite as effortless as it once did.
It's a very common experience, a natural part of aging for many people.
But, and this is the good part, there's some really encouraging news. Staying active through exercise, it can make such a huge difference.
A massive difference.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. 7, well, maybe a few more, simple exercises specifically chosen to help you maintain your independence and keep moving with confidence.
And what's really great about these is how straightforward they are. No fancy equipment needed.
Not at all.
You can pretty much do them all right at home, easily worked into your day.
Exactly. Now, I know some of you listening might be thinking, oh, is it really worth starting exercise now? Or maybe there's some worry about aches or, potential pains.
And those are valid thoughts, completely understandable concerns.
Sure.
But honestly, being physically active is genuinely one of the most effective things you can do to support healthy aging. Think of it like investing in your future self, your well-being down the line.
Absolutely. We're talking real, tangible benefits you can actually feel. Things like better balance, increased strength for just everyday tasks, improved flexibility so you can move more freely, maybe more stamina to enjoy your activities.
And it goes beyond just feeling good day to day. Staying active, it significantly lowers your risk of developing certain chronic conditions.
Like arthritis, heart issues, diabetes, that sort of thing.
Exactly, the big ones.
And it's really important to stress, we aren't talking about running marathons or hitting the gym for hours, are we?
Not at all. What truly makes the difference is finding a consistent routine, doing exercises that suit your current fitness level. Consistency is key.
Right, consistency over intensity sometimes.
Precise.
Okay, so with all those fantastic advantages in mind, let's get started. Our first exercise targets something really fundamental for mobility, leg strength, which brings us to the chair stand. Now, this might sound basic,
It does sound simple, yeah.
but it is incredibly effective for building up that leg strength you rely on constantly, every single day.
It's fascinating, actually, how this simple act of standing up and sitting down engages those really critical muscle groups, the ones that underpin so many daily activities.
Okay, so here's how you do it. First, find a sturdy chair, one that won't slide around.
Safety first, always.
Definitely. Sit towards the edge maybe, feet flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart.
Okay.
Got it. Now, cross your arms over your chest, lean forward just a little bit, then push down through your heels, really use your leg muscles, and stand up slowly with control.
Control is important, not momentum.
Right. Once you're standing, just pause for a second, then sit back down just as slowly, nice and controlled. Aim for maybe 10 to 15 repetitions.
Sounds good. And if you think about it, how many times a day do you naturally sit and stand? Strengthening those muscles, the quads, hamstrings, glutes, it makes those everyday movements so much easier and safer.
Like getting out of a comfy chair.
Or in and out of the car, yeah. Even tackling stairs feels less daunting. These are the muscles that are just vital for balance and staying mobile.
Exactly. And speaking of balance, that brings us nicely to our next one. This might look like just, walking.
But it's a specific kind of walk.
Right, it's heel-to-toe walking. Really focuses things.
This is a wonderful exercise, really hones in on your balance, helps improve coordination, and strengthens those lower body muscles too. And as we mentioned, preventing falls is just so important for maintaining independence.
It really is. A fall can be such a setback. So this isn't just a casual stroll. For heel-to-toe walking, you stand up straight, feet together initially, then take a step forward, but instead of just putting your foot down, concentrate on placing your heel down first, directly in front of the toes of your back foot.
So it's a tight line.
Yeah, exactly. Heel of the front foot almost touching the toes of the back foot. Try to move along a straight line. Now, if you feel a bit wobbly at first, and you might,
That's perfectly normal.
totally normal. Don't hesitate to use a countertop or a wall, maybe the back of a sturdy chair for support.
Just lightly touch it for balance.
Yep. And aim for about 10 to 20 steps like this.
What's really interesting here is how this slight change, this focus, really challenges your balance systems and what scientists call proprioception.
Which is
Basically, your body's sense of where it is in space. Practicing this heel-to-toe walk strengthens the walking muscles, but also crucially builds confidence in your ability to move safely and steadily.
And that confidence, wow, that could be a real game changer, can it?
Absolutely.
Knowing you can move without that constant worry of stumbling,
Mhm.
it just encourages you to stay more active, do the things you enjoy. Okay, so we've done legs, we've done balance. Let's talk upper body strength.
Yes. Often overlooked, but so essential.
Essential for so many things we probably don't even think about.
Like carrying groceries, lifting things around the house.
Or even just pushing yourself up from a chair sometimes.
Exactly. It all contributes.
So our next exercise is the wall push-up. This is a much gentler way to build strength in your chest, your shoulders, your arms, without putting, too much stress on wrists or shoulder joints.
It's a great modification of a classic exercise, makes it really accessible for almost everyone.
So how do you do it? Stand about, say, 1 to 2 feet away from a sturdy wall.
Mm-hmm.
Place your palms flat on the wall, roughly shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Keep your body nice and straight like a plank, but upright as you bend your elbows and slowly lower your upper body towards the wall.
Control that movement.
Yes, nice and slow. Then simply push back to where you started. Maybe you begin with around 10 repetitions.
Sounds like a good starting point.
And as you feel stronger, you can gradually do more reps, or you could make it a bit harder by just standing a little further away from the wall.
Right, increasing the angle increases the resistance. Simple but effective. And think about the practical benefits pushing open heavy doors, a shopping cart.
Mowing the lawn, maybe.
Could be. Wall push-ups strengthen those specific pushing muscles, helping you stay independent with those everyday tasks.
Absolutely. And again, no equipment needed, just a wall.
Right.
Great. Okay, let's shift gears a bit now. Focus on flexibility and mobility. These are just vital, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely vital for maintaining independence and just being able to do things comfortably as you age.
Flexibility often gets kind of poofed to the side, but it directly impacts how easily we move.
It really does. And maintaining it helps prevent that stiffness and pain that can really limit activity.
So true. Okay, next up, the seated spinal twist. This one's fantastic for improving the flexibility of your spine. Can really help with posture too, and maybe ease some of that back discomfort people feel.
And the wonderful thing is you do it sitting down, right in a chair.
Yep. Makes it super accessible, especially if mobility is a bit limited. So you sit on the edge of a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, back nice and straight. Okay? Place your left hand on the outside of your right knee. Your right hand can either rest on the chair behind you, or maybe gently hold the backrest for a little support.
Okay.
Now gently twist your upper body, just the torso, to the right. Look over your right shoulder if that's comfortable. Hold that gentle twist for about, say, 10 to 15 seconds.
Gentle being the key word.
Definitely. Then slowly come back to the center. And repeat on the other side. Right hand to left knee, twist left. Aim for maybe 3 to 5 twists on each side.
What's happening here is you're gently opening up the chest and shoulders, stretching those muscles along the spine, and improving overall back mobility. It's a really effective way to combat stiffness, especially if you spend time sitting.
Yeah, it just helps everything feel a little looser, more limber. Definitely a good one. Okay, moving on, we have the standing calf raise.
Ah, yes. Another simple but powerful one.
Seems simple, but again, very effective for both balance and building strength in your lower legs.
And keeping strength and mobility in your calves and ankles is so important as we get older. Helps with stable walking, especially if the ground isn't perfectly flat.
Exactly. Strong calves really help keep you steady. So for this one, stand with your feet about hip width apart. Slowly lift your heels off the ground. Go up as high as you comfortably can so you're balancing on the balls of your feet. Hold it there for just a brief moment.
Feel that engagement in the calves.
Yep. And then gently lower your heels back down to the floor. Now, if you need a bit of support starting out, totally fine to hold onto the back of a chair or a countertop
Good idea for balance initially.
and aim for about 10 to 15 repetitions.
This directly works those calf muscles, the gastrocnemius and soleus, and the muscles around the ankle. All fundamental for walking, standing, and crucially maintaining balance. Strengthening these can really improve your ability to stay active and independent.
Absolutely. It's one of those small moves with a surprisingly big impact.
Okay.
Next up, let's talk core strength.
The powerhouse.
Right. Now, core work might sound a bit intense, but we've got a gentle yet effective exercise that's easy to do. The seated march.
Core strength is just vital. Good posture, overall stability, helping prevent falls. It's all connected, even as we get older. And the seated exercise is a safe, effective way to engage those important muscles without straining your back or neck.
Okay, so seated march. Sit up straight in your sturdy chair again,
Yeah.
feet flat on the floor.
Good posture to start.
Yep. Now slowly lift your right knee up towards your chest, just as high as feels comfortable for you. Then lower it back down with control. Then do the same with the left knee.
Alternating legs.
Exactly. And the key is to focus on keeping your core muscles gently engaged, kind of pulled in slightly throughout the whole movement. Alternate legs, maybe 10 to 15 reps on each side.
Sounds right. And even though you're sitting, you'll probably feel those lower abdominal muscles working. It's a gentle engagement, but it really helps with coordination and overall balance.
Can you make it harder if you want to?
You can. As you get stronger, you could hold very light weights in your hands, or maybe just slightly increase the pace of the marching, keeping the control.
Got it. You know, these exercises we've covered, they really do target those key areas, strength, balance, flexibility, that are so important for independence.
They cover the base as well.
But it's worth saying again, start slowly, listen to your body,
So important. Pay attention to any signals.
and try to make these a regular part of your routine, in a way that's sustainable for you.
Consistency is absolutely the most important factor here. Even just doing these a few times a week can lead to noticeable, significant benefits over time.
Definitely. Okay, we're moving into our final few exercises now, really rounding out the routine. We're going to focus a bit more on strengthening the upper body again for those everyday tasks needing arm strength.
Right, things we do all the time without thinking, but that rely on good upper body strength for independence.
First up, bicep curls with light weights. And really, you don't need heavy dumbbells.
Nope, everyday items work fine.
Filled water bottles, cans of super beans. Whatever you have handy works perfectly. This targets the biceps, those muscles we use for lifting and carrying.
A very practical exercise, builds strength for common, everyday situations.
Okay, how to. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. Let your arms hang naturally at your sides, holding your light weights or cans. Keep your elbows tucked in close to your body.
Keep them anchored.
Yeah. Now slowly curl the weights up towards your shoulders. Really focus on squeezing your bicep muscles at the top.
Feel that contraction.
Then, just as slowly, lower the weights back down to the start. Keep it controlled. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions.
And as you get stronger, you can always gradually add more reps or maybe find slightly heavier cans or bottles if you feel ready.
Right.
Strengthening your biceps makes carrying groceries, lifting things, reaching for stuff on shelves, it all gets easier. Plus, stronger arms actually contribute to better posture and balance too. Remember, slow and controlled movement is better than just swinging the weight quickly.
Good point. Form over speed. Okay, our next upper body strengthener is the shoulder press. This is fantastic for building strength in your shoulders, which are key for any kind of pushing action or reaching up.
Yeah, strong shoulders improve stability and the range of motion in that really important joint complex.
So, for the shoulder press, stand again, feet shoulder width apart, hold your light weights right at shoulder height, elbows bent at about a 90-degree angle, palms facing forward usually works well.
Okay, the starting position.
Yep. Now slowly press the weights straight up overhead, extending your arms fully but without locking the elbows. Then lower the weights back down to that starting shoulder height, again, with control.
Smooth and steady.
Exactly. Aim for 10 to 15 reps here too. And remember to breathe. Good idea to exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower.
Breathing helps stabilize the core too. This works the deltoid muscles in your shoulders, essential for reaching overhead, lifting, and maintaining good posture. And again, strong shoulders contribute significantly to overall balance and stability.
Definitely connects. Okay, we've done a lot on strength. Let's not forget flexibility again. So important for moving freely.
Absolutely. Regular stretching is vital for keeping a good range of motion in our joints, preventing that stiffness that can really hamper movement.
So let's do a standing hamstring stretch. This is really beneficial for the backs of your legs.
A common area of tightness for many people.
So stand with your feet about hip width apart. Extend one leg straight out in front of you. Just place the heel on the ground, toes pointing up towards the ceiling.
Okay, legs straight.
Yep. Hands on your hips for balance. Now, gently bend forward from your hips, not rounding your waist. Lean towards the toes of that extended leg. Keep your back straight.
Hinge at the hips.
Exactly. You should feel a nice gentle stretch along the back of that front thigh, the hamstring. Hold it for about 20 to 30 seconds.
No bouncing, just hold the stretch.
Right. Then slowly come up, switch legs, repeat. Maybe 2 to 3 times on each side.
Sounds perfect. Improving hamstring flexibility allows for easier bending, freer movement in the lower body. And flexible hamstrings actually play a really important role in supporting good balance and helping prevent falls. It's all connected.
It really is. Okay, our final exercise in this set, the gentle side leg raise. This one is excellent for strengthening your hip muscles.
Which are so important for balance and stability when you're standing and walking. Strong hips are essential.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about walking, standing for a while, getting up from a chair. Hips are key. So for this one, stand tall, have a sturdy chair or countertop right next to you that you can hold onto lightly for balance.
Good idea.
Now slowly lift one leg straight out to the side. Try to keep your body upright, don't lean too much, and keep your toes pointing forward, not turning out.
Keep it controlled.
Yep, raise the leg only as high as feels comfortable for you. Doesn't have to be high. Then lower it back down slowly with control. Repeat that 10 to 15 times on one side, then switch to the other leg.
This exercise specifically targets those hip abductor muscles, the ones on the outside of your hips. They're crucial for stabilizing your pelvis, supporting walking, climbing stairs. Really important functional muscles.
Got it. And, just a final reminder, with all of these, consistency really is more important than intensity, especially when you're just starting.
Cannot emphasize that enough.
Try to work these into your routine a few times each week. It's all about focusing on functional fitness, right? The kind of strength and mobility that lets you keep living a full, independent life.
Exactly. Start small, notice the improvements, celebrate that progress, and remember that every little bit of movement genuinely counts towards your overall health and well-being.
Absolutely. Small, consistent efforts really do lead to significant, lasting improvements.
They really do.
So that brings us towards the end of our 7 key exercises, plus those few extra strengtheners and stretches, all designed to help you stay active, stay independent.
It's about incorporating these simple moves into your week to help maintain strength, balance, flexibility, endurance. All the key components.
Exactly. They target those fundamental physical aspects so important for maintaining that active, independent lifestyle as we age. So please, really do give these a try. Even dedicating just a few minutes each day can make such a real noticeable difference in how you feel and, your ability to keep enjoying the activities you love.
And always, always listen to your body. If you have any concerns, any pre-existing conditions, it's always a smart idea to just check in with your doctor or healthcare provider before starting any new exercise program.
Excellent advice. Well, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for more tips, advice, and inspiration on how to live your best life at any age.
Here's to staying active and feeling great.
Here's to your health, happiness, and longevity. You've got this. And remember, age is just a number. Live your best life every single day.